Hey guys,
Alrighty,
welcome.
welcome, hello. What a break, man.
Yeah, what a
One
break.
month,
Yeah, it was much
one
needed
month,
though. It was much needed. Yeah.
much needed break, and it feels so good to be back
Yeah, to
in
finally
the
do this
studio.
again.
And I've missed the people, I've missed the show, I've missed you.
Yeah. Hi
And look, everyone's
Anders.
here already. Hi, Anders. Hello,
Hi
everyone.
Jackie. Hi
And thank you
everybody.
so much for tuning in to the Voice It show. And it feels so great to come live again. Thank you for joining. And we're so excited for today because we have our very own fantastic guest. We are going to introduce him very shortly. But before that, we want to thank you for joining in. And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the Voice of Chair. You'll find the button in the right corner. Okay, I forgot the direction now. Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
a
it's
long
been a
time.
long it's
It's
been a
been a
long
long time. So please subscribe to the channel, and we want to give a special shout out to our patrons. Okay,
Yes, a special shout out goes to Anders Lindholm, Shelley O'Neill, Adam Gorak, Chris Vicker, and of course Laurie D. Sandoval. Thank you guys.
thank you guys for being a pillar of support to the show. And alrighty, without any further ado, it's time to introduce our guest. It's our honor to welcome for a part two the phenomenal singer, guitarist, frontman of the Australian indie rock band Midnight Alibi, Mr. James Oswald. James and the band have shared the stage with legends like Rose Tattoo, members of AC/DC, the Choir Boys, and many more great artists, and have played in iconic venues like Whiskey A Go Go, the Viper Room, and the world famous Rainbow Bar and Grill.
Yeah, that's right. And last time when James was with us, we chatted about an upcoming album by Midnight Alibi. And it's such a bliss that the album Higher Power is finally here. And it's already a hit. It has made it to the local newspapers and has had great reviews. And not only that, but the band is also touring with it. So today we are so pleased to chat with our dear friend and the man himself. So please welcome James Oswald.
Hey,
Hello, welcome.
Woo!
happy
There
to
he
be
is.
here. I love coming to the Voice It show. Thank you for having me once again.
Yeah, we love having you here. Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like
Thank
I
you.
said, I do have a new album out. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So that's actually the vinyl.
Yeah.
So yeah, we only just got these in um maybe 2 weeks ago. So yeah,
So
stoked.
true.
Absolutely stoked. And it sounds fantastic. It's the vinyl is the best way sonically that you can ever listen to our music. It's the most uncompressed form of music there is. So it's always been a dream of
Yeah,
mine to have a vinyl, and I'm just like beyond beyond words when it comes to that. So yeah, it's amazing. And just to have an album
exactly.
out, during these COVID times and everything, we're still in COVID times. It's um yeah, it's a blessing. It's great.
It's true, and it's truly fantastic. Higher power is literally higher power. It's an amazing album, and it very rarely happens that the entire album is fantastic. Higher Power is one of those albums. All the tracks on it are killer. They can stand alone and they can stand as an album in an entirety. They are truly fantastic. I love the album. I've listened to it, and everyone should go ahead and get it from midnightalibi.com. It's fantastic. And right away, because you showed the vinyl to us, I have a question for you.
Hmm.
Now, you always had as as you said, you had a dream to have your album on vinyl. Now that it's come true, how do you feel? And how did you feel when you held the very first vinyl of Higher Power in your hands?
Yeah, look, I got the test pressing first, and I was
Mm-hmm.
just over the moon about it. I mean, for me, like when I grew up, my generation was more CDs, and
Mhm.
sort of,
Right.
your parents have the vinyls and things, but vinyls weren't really a part of my generation. They've made a comeback in recent years. Um, but I think with a vinyl, you feel like you own a piece of the band. You know, it feels a bit more personal than it does um, having a CD or a digital download. You really feel like you have something, and
Yeah.
just yeah, the end result of it's just amazing. I mean, like the clarity of it is fantastic, and I think that's what I want people to really understand. When you're getting something digitally, it's extremely compressed sonically,
Wow.
and with this, it's the best you can hear us, without hearing us live, of course. But it's fantastic. We had the guy that produced it for vinyl. He did guys like Silverchair, and they're a big Australian band. And Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Nick Cave's from a town maybe 45 minutes from here, and
Oh,
he's
cool.
quite big in
Wow.
Europe. If you've heard of Nick, um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so uh, yeah, we're just all over the moon. I know all the rest of the guys in the band are. It's really really cool thing, and yeah, we decided to call the album Higher Power because you know everything that you do, as a musician, I think you're always striving to find that higher power in music, that tingle sensation where the hairs on your arms stand up because you've played something
Yeah.
that's just amazing and feels beyond yourself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
think that was the sort of the point of what we're trying to get across with the album, and I think it's good. I think like I'm really looking forward to getting out and touring this album. We've had a few setbacks with in Australia, COVID
Yeah, because
restrictions coming back and
restrictions.
lockdowns, and
Yes.
and so we've had to cancel a few shows already, which has been a real bummer.
Oh.
But
Mm.
we'll just reschedule, and you just got to keep planning for the future and keep on going, and yeah, no,
Sure.
look, it's a good thing.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And I want to congratulate the entire band on a successful album. It's a fantastic album. So congratulations to each and everyone in the band and everyone who has worked on it.
Yeah,
They'll
congrats.
they'll they'll watch this, so thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys are always awesome. Now,
Oh.
what's your
Yeah,
favorite? I know Canuck. I know you've heard the album. What's your favorite track? Put you on the spot.
it is sweet. Sure, it's Sweet Mercy.
You like Sweet Mercy? Yep,
Sweet Mercy, Violin Game,
yep,
Goodbye.
yep.
That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And World Don't Own Me.
Yep. Geez, he's
That's
spinning them all
okay.
off. He knows them all. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay,
whole album.
dude,
Yeah.
dude, as I said, the whole album is my favorite. What do I say? It's like, come on, I just can just list down. I'm thinking, I'm just gonna name every track eventually. So it's gonna be like, okay, all within my hands. So
Yeah. Let's just go through the whole list. Yep. Yeah.
exactly. I told you, very few albums that are literally, the entire album is fantastic. And Higher
Yeah.
Power is one of those albums. Like every single track is a masterpiece, and that's one of the things that I want to ask as well. Like, how did you guys, craft each song so beautifully? And did you dedicate like took one song and let's work on this one first, and did you dedicate time to each and every song separately? How did you guys do it?
I think Where We Belong was maybe one of the first tracks we were working on. And so,
Hmm.
um, it sort of set a bit of a theme. Yeah, it was Where We Belong and All Within My Hands were the first tracks. So I think those two tracks sort of set a bit of a theme for the album. But we wanted to go down that path and we wanted to go down that road. And
Hmm.
yeah, we didn't want every song to be a single in a way, if that makes sense. We
Right.
wanted the whole album to be like a listening experience because it is an album and it's meant to flow a certain way. And
Yes.
in their own right, each song I think is a great song. But
Yes.
yeah, it's got a great uh, great flow from start to finish, and I think it definitely is an album
Exactly.
as a whole. Yeah, it's great, and yeah, it gets us excited because even though this has only just come out and we're really excited about it, it's like I don't know what the next music we bring out is going to sound like. It could be completely different. Uh, just because you're always trying to change what you do, you're trying to find that higher power, I suppose. So um, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I hope I answered
Beautiful.
your question. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
yeah. Mr. Fan of the
Awesome.
Week, Ryan Roxy. Sorry, I had to put out there.
Ah,
Mr. Fan of the Week. That is so cool,
sure.
buddy.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats,
Yeah,
bud.
that was really fantastic for me.
Yeah, you
That's one
Yeah.
deserve
of my
it.
favorite moments.
You so deserve
Yep.
it.
Thank
I
you.
reckon.
Thank you guys so much.
What a
And
Thank
cool
you so
thing.
much.
yeah, and even though I haven't listened to the album, tell me what's
Mhm.
your favorite track?
I'm a real fan of Violent Game. So that's our first single of the album. And so with
Hmm.
Violent Game, that was actually, I think, one of the last songs that ended up on the album. And I was writing the song on acoustic at probably this hour of the night, 2
Yeah.
a.m. in Australia. And I think I did like maybe 4 or 5 takes of it, just sort of putting the song um, into like a really nice structure. And and then I took it to the band, and then we reworked it as a band song and made it what it is. And it's just got a really cool groove, I think, all the way through it, and it's got a really great hook. Because at the end of the day, rock and roll, I think, is a good combination of pop music as well. So
Hmm.
it does have a great hook in that sense. Um, yeah, I think
Well
that's
beloved.
probably my favorite track. I think lyrically as well. Being that I'm the singer in the band, I think I'm really happy with the lyrics in that track as well. Um, yeah, it's great. I started writing the original bits because I was missing my girlfriend living in America. My prescription is you. It's what I need. I may be mad, but I'd be bad without you.
Ah,
Oh,
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that's where that comes from.
shout out to Tammy.
Yeah,
Good
thank you.
word.
Yeah, and it's
Someone's
funny.
missing
Yeah,
you.
but it changed. It changed from that to this sort of. I think we did a bit of a mock-up video with like Harley Quinn and the Joker because it became this sort of a bit more. Um, I took things to extreme, over exaggerated, and
Hmm.
that's what you've got to do. You got to make it exciting. So you got to tell a story with it. So I highly recommend
Oh
everybody to go
yeah.
check out Violent Game. It's on Spotify. Jump on Spotify and
Yes.
check it out. I think you guys
Yep.
will like it.
Absolutely. The links are in the description of this video. And it has got a beautiful video as well. Very powerful video, I must say. Uh, Violent game I'm talking about. And first of all, it starts with your baritone, low vocals. That's one of the favorite part of that song. And then the video, which is, all the things happening in the world right now. So, whose whose idea was the video?
Well, I think I want to credit Jake, our guitar player, for that idea.
Jake
Because
Collins.
yeah, Jake, because we had the Harley Quinn Joker type video of these two romantics, in this
Hmm.
violent game, so to speak, love story. And
Right.
we just thought, with everything that's happening in the world, it just seemed more relevant to have a video that way. Um, but yeah, it's the
Right.
video. The video is a great reflection of what we've all been through and what we've seen
Oh,
on
it's
TV and
wonderful.
what we're still going through. I think this COVID thing isn't going away just yet, as much as we'd like it to,
Yeah.
and it's an awful thing, and I can't wait to be rid of it. And I hope the video just becomes a reminder of what it was and doesn't stick around,
Yeah.
because it's you have to think about what psychological damage this coronavirus does to you know if you
True.
don't end up getting it, it's still in your daily life, so um, you're affected
So
by it
true.
at the end of the day, regardless. So um, yeah. Anyway, I don't
Yes.
know. I'm no expert on the matter, but that's my 2 cents.
Yeah,
No,
well,
that's
you are
that's
right.
that's a beautiful take on it. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so tell me,
Good fun.
uh,
Yes.
could you share with us some fun moments from the recording sessions with the rest of the band?
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, so we worked really hard. We got this music done. We'd go into the studio for 2 days at a time over about six
Hmm.
weeks. So essentially, the
Wow.
album was recorded in 6 days, which is incredible. So,
Wow.
Oh,
I mean, it was
wow.
over a period of 6 weeks where we'd be rehearsing and getting the tracks together that we're going to record for those 2 days in the studio. And
Mm-hmm.
we'd record
Hmm.
from like 9 a.m. in the morning to about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And so it
Wow.
was just like go, go, go in the studio. We didn't have, we enjoyed the experience. We're having a great time, mind you, but
Wow.
it was very much we were working to get a good result out of it. Um,
Right.
but mind you, I still had a few Jack Daniels and stuff in the studio to get me to sort of get me going and things like that. And no,
Right.
we all had fun. Everybody enjoyed being part of this album, and those guys in the band, Quinn, Dan, and Jake, and myself. I don't think we'd be able to do anything else in life if we didn't have this music. I think we're not going to take up golf anytime soon. Um,
Hmm.
that's not our thing. We just like playing music. So yeah.
Awesome. Who's the funniest one of you guys?
Well, clearly me. Come on. No,
I
I believe you. I
knew
believe.
it.
I don't know. We all got a pretty wicked sense of humor. I think that's why we all get along so well. We're all similar. There's everybody there, and that's on the left. That's Shane Ray, the guy that recorded our
Yeah.
album. So that's
Yeah.
his studio we're in, Light Hill Studios, which is really
Yeah.
nice. You guys would have loved it because you're sort of isolated in this small little town, and all the
Yeah.
kangaroos would come down towards the studio of an evening. So the whole hillside would
Whoa.
just be covered
Mm,
in kangaroos, and it's a great place to play
So
music
you got
and
live
record.
audience as well.
Yeah, playing to the kangaroos.
that's so cool.
I
Okay.
mean,
So
can you
we
get
got
more Australian? Jeez.
So true.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a question.
Okay.
Let's see if you can guess who's this. Okay.
Oh, good. Oh, hey Oz, how you doing, man? So I got to eat, but you know, drummers got to eat, right? So thought this would be a nice little surprise for you, man, since you're doing the interview tonight. So I got a question for you, man. What was the most challenging part for you when writing the lyrics for the album, etc., man? So good one for you. Have a good night, buddy.
Well, the most challenging part was putting up with that guy eating food while I'm trying to like write a decent song. That guy, that's my drummer.
That's
I
right.
mean, like, you know,
Yes,
he could have picked a different time. Look at him. Look at him there. What was he eating? Cereal? He could have advertised his cereal, you know.
yeah.
Anyway, he's a brilliant guy. But
Absolutely.
I was too blown away by the fact that I was seeing my drummer pop up on the screen eating cereal that I didn't even listen to the question. What was the question? Something about the lyrics? What did he say? What were my favorite
let's
lyrics?
let's hear that again.
Oh, good. Oh, hey Oz, how you doing, man? So I got to eat, but you know, drummers got to eat, right? So thought this would be a nice little surprise for you, man, since you're doing the interview tonight. So I got a question for you, man. What was the most challenging part for you when writing the lyrics for the album, etc., man? So good one for you. Have a good night, buddy.
Yeah. All right, I got it that second time. No, I was actually genuinely surprised. You guys did really well to get that. That's awesome. Wait, yeah.
Sure.
The most challenging part, writing lyrics. Yeah, typical drummer indeed. He's a class act. I don't know. I just loved the way I love finding a really good flow when writing lyrics, and it's
Mm-hmm.
interesting to see the story come about, you know, of the song, and
Right.
and then you know the feel of the song with the other guys playing the music.
Right.
But I'm always blown away. Like later on when I listen back to a song and I go, how did I do that? Like, how did I come up with those lyrics? Or how
Yeah.
did I like it just
True.
it's like how did that even happen that it happened? You know? Like I
Right.
know where I was when I wrote certain songs, or I know what I was doing when I wrote certain songs, but it just
Right.
seems just crazy. It's almost as if I had a higher power. I don't know. No, I was just trying to plug the
Mm,
album again. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's a crazy thing with music. You
yes.
know, it just happens sometimes. So we never push
Exactly.
it too hard. I think if you sit down with like pen and paper or your guitar and you go, I'm gonna write a song. I think
It never happens.
it never happens.
Yeah.
It's just got to happen very naturally. And I think
Yes.
if that's any advice I can offer to somebody, don't force it. Just let it happen. Um, and
There you go, folks.
quite often, some of the best things happen when you just pick up a guitar and just play, and something will happen from it. You know, and
Awesome.
yeah, but yeah,
That leads me to my next question. At
okay.
what time of the day do you get your best ideas?
Probably of a nighttime, or also driving. If I'm sort of driving around town,
Ooh.
um, you know, I quite often don't have the radio on or any music, so I make my own music. So anybody
Mm-hmm.
sees me driving around town, I'm probably singing a song, or on my way to, you know, our band rehearsals and stuff. You know,
Right.
I come up with a little bit of an idea. Um, yeah, and I try to make sure that I write all my ideas down, or I you know, use my voice recorder in my phone that I have and record the ideas if I've got a melody idea. Sometimes, yeah, like it's not even a lyrical idea; it might just
So
be a
you
melody.
document it.
Yeah, and if you want to use it later
Awesome.
on, then you've got it. And it's the same with the band. When we rehearse, we've got, we rehearse through a desk where we can demo and record everything that we do. So we've got I'd say we're up there in the hundreds of demos because we've been a band for almost 10 years, 9 years. We've almost been a band for 9 years next month. Oh my
Wow.
God. 9 years next month we've been a band for.
Wow.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah, that's
Really good.
crazy. 10 years next year.
Awesome.
We're going to have to do something pretty special for the 10-year anniversary, I think.
Yeah, wow. Part 3,
Part
maybe.
3 on the VoiceIt show, folks.
Yeah.
James Oz Oswald,
Yes. Midnight
Midnight
Alibi
Alibi,
birthday party.
decade. Yes, celebrates a decade. Woo!
Yep.
Yeah, maybe all of
There
you
you
can
go.
come on for part 3, huh?
That would be so cool,
Yeah,
Funky. That's a great idea. I like
There
that.
you go.
absolutely. That would be
Yeah.
awesome. So,
Yeah.
since you said band rehearsals, someone has a message for you.
Hey Oz, just a quick hello, mate. How you going? Hope you enjoyed your interview. Can't wait to catch up for a bit of band practice soon. Have fun. See you guys.
See, that's great of Jake because at least he was wearing a hat. I like that. And he had his great guitars in the background. That guy has
Yeah.
such an awesome guitar collection. I reckon
Wow.
he's got about 15 guitars, and like some of them are so vintage. Yeah, he blows my mind. He always has. He's a fantastic guitar player. You guys,
Absolutely.
have you guys got everybody? Have you got something from Dan as well?
We missed him.
You missed him. I can't believe that you got Jake and Quinn. That's amazing.
We texted him, but if only had he read the message in time. But yeah, we
Yeah,
did text Dan though. Yeah.
that's good. You
So
guys did your job. He didn't do his.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Bass players. Come on.
yeah, there you go. No, but
Yeah.
really, really sweet of these guys that
No,
they
very cool.
send the videos in such a short notice. So truly, thank you guys. You shout out to Jake and Quinn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. That was really, really
So
cool and definitely a cool surprise. I thought that was awesome. You guys do
yeah,
a great show. This is a lot of fun. I love being here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
thank you so much. So tell us, how was the whole experience of working on Higher Power as a
Mhm.
band and as an individual artist?
Um, well, I mean, like I said, we may have recorded it over 6 weeks, but getting the
Right.
album out, took quite a bit of time, and getting it mixed and mastered. And I think
Right.
we're all very over the moon and really excited about getting this album out to people. When you've got something special, you can't wait to share it with everybody.
True.
Yeah, so we only, like I said, we only got the vinyls back a couple of weeks ago. It took 18 weeks to get the vinyls.
Wow.
Yeah, so we also
That's
had
a long time.
lockdowns and different things getting in the way of this whole process. So we'd try to make deadlines to get everything
True.
out in time, and yeah, but we got to launch the album. We had a really great album launch show, which was a sold out
Yeah.
show in our hometown, and all those people that came out were just awesome and had a great time. And it was our first time playing in front of an audience in about a year, so that was so much fun. And yeah, we thought we'd be back out on the road now, and we were meant to be, and we had a run of shows right around Australia booked, and unfortunately we weren't able to play them, and we've had to reschedule them due to the pandemic. But it'll happen.
But
And
that's a great thing. You guys are touring with it, so that's an awesome
yeah,
thing.
just got to keep being proactive and keep doing it. And we want to start booking overseas for next year, and you know, if it can't happen, it can't happen. But the least we can do is book it in and hope that we can get overseas and do it. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Good things
Maybe
are on the way, always.
maybe we come see you guys. That'd be fun.
Hopefully.
Whoa, that would be really fun.
So I've got to
Can't
ask.
wait
So
for
we've
it.
got. So whereabouts in your countries are you guys currently? So which
Okay,
cities are you in?
I
Because
Oh,
I don't
am
I'm
know this
in.
about you guys.
okay. Kind of go first.
Okay, so I am in the state of Maharashtra in India
Hmm.
and city Solapur.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, Bosnia is really small, so we don't have states and all that. So I'm in the capital city, Sarajevo. So yeah,
Sarajevo.
yeah,
Wow.
So simple.
And I'm in Albury, Wodonga, in the border of New South Wales and Victoria in Australia. What an amazing thing that we can be doing
True.
here, talking to each other
exactly.
right now.
Yeah, three sides of
Three
the world.
continents. Three
Yeah.
That's
continents.
it.
Yeah,
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
so
and
cool.
our
this is
audience
really
is
lovely.
from other sides of the world as well. You know, you've got Sweden here, Seattle, you know, so many places. Um,
Exactly.
so let's talk about performing a little bit. So, how do you practice for a show? What goes through your mind right before you step on the stage?
So we rehearse maybe 3 times a week, and
Hmm.
we, you know, organize the songs that we want to have for our show depending on how long our set is. Um, yeah, that's a great shot from that was our album launch. That photo.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so you know that was the first time being on stage in a year, and it was so cool. And I don't
Right.
know, I think it goes too quick sometimes when you're on stage because you just wish it would go a bit longer, you know.
Yeah.
Because
Mm.
it you do all this work just to get you that moment where you have so much fun on stage and yeah, it can feel like it's over a little bit too quick. You know, an hour's not quite long enough. Um,
Yeah.
you know, so I don't know. It's an amazing experience performing in people. I mean, I still get nervous performing in front of people, and I think that's a really good thing. I think you should be nervous because it
Oops.
I think
Lost something. Okay. Yeah.
oh, we lost her. Is she back? Where'd she go?
She'll come back. I guess she
Um,
lost her connectivity. It's okay. Go on.
but I think the nerves, you turn that into like energy to be able to perform in front of people, and I think it comes across really well. Yeah,
Right. Right.
you got to be nervous. I think it's a great thing to be nervous.
Oh, well, I
True.
get
That's
nervous before every show, every episode on here, so I don't like the feeling, but I can't do anything about it.
that's that's a good tension, so to say.
But it's a bit of a rush, you know. It's great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hmm.
So one of the things that comes to my mind is uh, okay. So if you get an opportunity to work with your heroes or idols, who would it be?
To work with them.
Yeah.
Um, hmm. I'd love to do something with Billy Idol. Speaking of idols, I'd love to do something with Billy Idol. I think that would be really cool. With his like, because he's got that real croony voice, but he can also really rock it up.
Hmm.
Um,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, you know, actually, we were almost going to get Ryan Roxy to play on this album at one stage. We
No way.
we were talking with Ryan,
Ah,
That's so
but
cool.
and we when we were recording it, we're like, all right, what song are we going to put Ryan on? You know, and then
uh-huh.
it just I don't know. We're really happy with what we did, and we're like, we'll use him maybe later. We'll get in touch with Ryan again, and
Mm-hmm.
because we'd love to do something with Ryan at some point because I love Ryan's guitar playing.
Uh,
He's awesome.
Ryan who? Sorry.
Oh, sorry,
Sorry.
Ryan Roxy.
Ryan
Ryan
who?
Roxy from Alice Cooper.
Who's that?
You're only fan of the week of him. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's an internet joke, folks.
Yeah,
Don't take it
but
seriously.
yeah, I'd love to have him on something in the future. But
Yeah.
yeah, when we were putting the album together, we thought that maybe maybe we were gonna use him, and then I don't know. It just we're really happy with what we did, and we just didn't want to touch anything or change anything, and yeah, I hope in the future maybe we get to work with Ryan Roxy. What an honor that would be for us because he is a hero of mine.
Oh
So,
yeah.
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 Absolutely.
He's
Absolutely.
amazing. And here's something that I'm really interested in. So tell me, how do you approach and how do you narrow down a vocal piece that is tough to sing or is in a tone that is difficult to reach?
Ooh. I usually know my range. That's a great photo. Like, I try not to do anything outside what I can do. In saying that, I am still trying to improve my vocals as much as I can and trying to broaden my range. But, I have had times in the studio where there has been a note where I've been just not quite, like almost there. And, I'll go over it with the producer until I get it just right, But yeah, majority of the time, I think, I like to sing within my means,
Mm-hmm.
But it's good to push yourself too. It is really good to push yourself, We're not
Right.
here to. We're not meant to be perfect, We figure it out as we go, and we've got to learn.
Yeah.
And it's about improving yourself as an artist as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, don't get stuck in your own rut and keep pushing yourself. Yeah, and
True.
it's easier said than done, But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, true. That's a good answer. Thank you.
Hey,
So
I hope it
do
was.
do you have any tips for the vocalists then?
Well, I never had vocal lessons or anything. Basically, how I learned to play music was from reading music books like Nirvana's Unplugged and stuff. I had the book to that.
Yeah.
My uncle actually gave me the book as a kid, so it had all the chord
Wow.
charts in it. So I just learned all the chords, and then I started sort of singing along and trying to key in with the chords that I was playing on guitar, which is funny now because I feel like I'm completely tone deaf without hearing a note first. If I hear the note, I can hit the
Yeah.
note, but without anything,
Yes.
I'm just tone deaf.
Oh.
So you'll hear me if
If
people just hear me singing to myself, I'm probably one of the worst singers you'll ever hear, But you
I
give
get
me that note and I can hit
Mm-hmm.
it. So that's I think because of the way that I learned to sing was hitting the note and then keying into the note.
Yeah.
Which is also a great way to improve yourself as well, to work out your different
Yeah.
octaves that you want to hit. And you can hear, you know if you're hitting the note or not. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I hope
That's
was that a good answer? I'm
that's
not sure.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
absolutely.
Definitely.
That's a great point of view and great tip as well.
Oh, and singing in
So
the
tell
shower
me.
is always a good thing too. Like, how
Oh
many of
yeah.
us, how good is it? Like, I feel like how many of us think we're the best singers when we're in the shower? I swear to God,
The
sometimes
echo.
I'm like,
The echo. Yeah.
Reverb, man.
yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, tell me, what does the band do in the free time? What do you guys do?
Well, we all have day jobs as well, you know. Yeah, there we go. There's Dan and Quinn in their free time. You know, that's how hard at it we were in the studio. You know, it was sleep between your shifts, you know.
Ah,
But yeah, I think you know, Quinn's got a real fascination for cars. He likes working on cars, and
wow.
and you know, Jake, he spends a lot of time with his family, and he's also so he's very much family man, and
That's
he
awesome.
loves his guitars as well. His guitars are his family as well. Um, and Dan's a bit of an outdoorsman. He loves his camping, and he loves going out, you know, in the bush in Australia and sort of doing that thing. And I
Right.
think my free time is doing more music stuff and band stuff and stuff like this. I don't know. The only thing I want to do in my free time is play music. You know, I
Yeah,
don't,
Ah,
yeah.
it's a
I
good
don't know.
thing
That's
to do.
just what I like. Actually, well, I don't know. I am a big movie buff. I've been binge watching the Indiana Jones films this week,
Mm-hmm.
so I've been watching
Nice.
all of them. Yeah.
Lost Ark? Don't
Yeah, I
know.
watched Raiders of the Lost Ark
Uh-huh.
earlier tonight. I watched that one. Yep. So I should have watched
Cool.
them in order. I haven't been watching them in any particular order. I've just been watching them as I
Uh-huh.
feel like it. But yeah,
That's cool.
Awesome.
but yeah, I love a
And
good movie.
For sure.
absolutely. So tell me one thing. How did this happen and when did you guys meet?
That's Andrew
That's
Stockdale from
Andrew.
Wolfmother.
Yeah, Wolf Mother.
Yeah. So that was uh, Wolfmother opened for Guns N' Roses at the MCG in Melbourne, Australia, and that was at the Guns N' Roses after party in Melbourne,
Wow.
and I was really drunk at that stage when that photo was taken.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I think I was wearing my Guns N' Roses hat and bandana I got from the concert, and
Wow.
I'm pretty sure he still owes me a drink, Andrew Stockdale. Like I shouted him a couple drinks, and he shouted me a couple drinks, and then I'm like, "It's your
Right.
shout, it's your shout now, mate." And he goes, "Well, I got to get going now." And I'm like, "All right, well, you owe me next time I see you." So,
Yeah.
but look, I don't know him personally or anything like that, but it was great to hang out with him on that occasion and
Right.
just chat about the show. You know, having
Mm-hmm.
supported Guns N' Roses. I mean, that's a dream for any musician
True.
to support those guys. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, but I love
Certainly.
running into other musicians
Mhm.
and I think that's the best thing is learning from other musicians and I love it. You know, um,
Yeah,
Oh yes. Oh
you can
yes.
learn so much. I'm sure you guys have learned incredible amounts from all the cool
for
people
sure.
you've had on your show. You know,
For sure.
Oh man. Every time. Every
Yeah.
interview.
Every
yeah.
time, true.
Yeah.
And when it comes to learning from other musicians, what is the best piece of advice another musician ever gave you?
Ah.
Hmm. Trying to think actually. Um,
Take your time.
it is early in the morning here.
That's okay.
I'm
That's
trying to
okay.
think of this one
Oh.
thing that I was told once. It was by like a music manager, and he said, you know, nobody but yourself will have your best interests at heart. You know what I mean? So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's something when working through the music industry is there's nobody else out there but yourself that will really truly have your best interests at heart. So
Mm-hmm.
always be true to
True.
yourself and yeah, you can put your faith in other people that you work with and stuff as far as, you know, industry people. Um, but nobody's really going to have the same level of passion that you yourself have. And I think
True.
that was when the band first got together. And I think that was some really great advice. I think I was paraphrasing there. I don't think I had it
Yeah.
exactly how it was.
Hmm.
I could probably tell you any other day, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's escaped me a little bit. But yeah, I think that's absolutely perfect though.
Yeah, those are some wise words for
Oh,
sure.
Yeah. Nobody else has
absolutely.
your best
Yeah,
interest at heart but yourself. It's so true.
Beautiful.
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And tell me, how does it feel when you see your album here?
Yeah, that's so cool among all those greater Aussie bands. All those bands there,
Right.
they're all fantastic Australian bands. Um,
Yeah.
so that's
One of
really
the
cool.
one of the powerful pictures is this one.
Yeah.
It's a really
It,
really cool, a proud moment for the band as well, I
yeah.
guess.
You don't think when you're getting together with a few people to play music, you don't think really about achieving any of these dreams that you may have, You're just doing it
True.
because you love playing, Like to
True.
have your own album
Right.
out is an accomplishment, whether or not anybody ever listens to it. Just to have it out for
True.
yourself is an amazing thing, you know.
Exactly.
Um, I don't have any
And
children, so these guys, this is one of my babies.
Aw.
So
oh
you know,
yeah.
my music is my children.
And that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There might be a child somewhere purring around.
Well, who knows? They could be all over the place. No, I'm kidding. No, no.
Okay.
The,
We're
the only
talking
other
about
the,
it.
the only
We're
other
talking about a
children I
cat.
have is this one.
Yeah, look at
There
him.
you
A tough guy.
go.
Yeah, he's a good cat. Yeah, Diesel.
Very.
Yeah,
We love him.
yeah.
Good.
So,
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, again,
Sure.
how amazing it is being on this show, and I want to hear more. Next time I come back, I want to interview you guys, because I want to know more about you guys,
Oh, sure.
because
Sure.
I want to hear more about Canuck and his guitar playing. I want to hear more about Funky's music and her songwriting. So I want to do the interview next time if that's cool. It'll be the
Okay.
VoiceIt show, and you guys
The
can
voice
be
it
my
should
guest.
take over.
Yeah, that'd
That's
be
an
really
amazing
cool.
idea. I love that.
That's a very cool idea. Yes.
Mhm.
Before we wind up, though, we have some people's questions we gotta ask. We have
Yeah,
a
sure.
question from Kathy Grant. She asks, "Funky, you wanna read?" Please.
Yeah, I do. Can he remember his last dream? And what is the one food he would refuse to share? Good questions.
Hmm. The last dream I had, as far as the last like goal or that kind of dream,
No,
or the last dream
dream.
like dream.
Yeah, like
Uh, I always have weird dreams, like I'm at like it's a strange. Like I'm always. This is gonna sound really dumb. Like I'm at like Mick Jagger's one of his cocktail parties or something, and there's like David Bowie there,
Ah,
and then for some reason I'm hanging out with like Kurt Cobain, and then he wants to meet David Bowie, and so do I. So we go up and we like, hi, Bowie, or something, something stupid like that. That's
that's
what
not
I dream.
stupid.
I
That's a
dream
good
about like hanging out with those kind of
now
people.
that's a dream,
You know,
okay? Now that's a dream.
that's
Yeah.
This is
that's a
stupid.
dream.
Both
That's
Yeah,
a
meanings.
dream.
Both
yeah.
meanings. Yeah.
But it's weird because it's like even though you want to hang out with Mick Jagger and David Bowie, it's always like some sort of really fancy cocktail party that I don't feel like I really fit in at.
Yeah.
But like there's
Ah,
other people that you just want to meet those guys or whatever,
Mhm. Mhm.
true.
But yeah, and food that I'd refuse to share.
Yeah.
Ooh, um, I love Indian food actually. Canuck. Like
Ah,
if I have
name your favorite dish.
oh my
Any.
god. If I have like sarg, any kind of sarg,
Ah,
and I have my naan bread and that, I will not share it with anybody. Yep,
awesome.
it's mine. Don't get in the way. Don't get in the way of me and my Indian food or Japanese food for that matter.
Oh, Japanese.
They're things where I'm like, yeah.
There you go. Awesome. And another question from Andrew Lindholm, who's there in the chat right now. He asks, Funky, go ahead.
Yeah. Does James Oswald have a piece of gear that he lost and wishes he could get back? Preferably a guitar, but it can of course be anything.
Um, not really. Yeah, maybe like my first guitar or something like that. Which was only like a Fender copy. It was a pretty cheap guitar, but I think also, um, your first instrument is pretty special because it's
Yeah.
your first instrument. Like you can always go
Absolutely.
out and get another one, even if it is a cheap guitar. But it's
Yeah.
not the one that you had. So yeah, he's probably right. A guitar would probably be something I wish I could get back. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah. It's always
that's
that
awesome.
first one. There's some photos of me on Facebook actually with like my first guitar, not the first guitar that I played, but the first guitar that I had. And it had like Elvis stickers all over it, this acoustic guitar, which is really cool. And I wish I had that.
Wow.
Someone just wrote naan bread. Yep.
Yeah.
Cheesy baked potatoes, you die. Yeah, I hear ya.
And here's Kathy. We just read your questions. Yeah.
You'll need to go back and watch for the answer. So cool. Awesome. So, do you have any more questions, Funky? I
Yeah.
have one last question though.
Yeah, one last question. I think it's the same one, but yeah.
Cool,
So,
go ahead.
James, tell me,
Yes.
what advice can you pass on to your fans, friends, and the people who are watching?
Advice. Just whatever you do in life, just try to do it to the best of your abilities. Whether or not it's being, trying to be the best person you can be. I think one of my things that I try to do every day, and I feel like I fail at it sometimes, but I just want to be a better person than I was yesterday. Trying to improve myself as a person as much as I can. And I feel like I make mistakes all the time, but I think being aware of that and maybe just trying to be the best person I can be. I think that's something to strive for. Be the best version of yourself. I think,
Yeah.
regardless of anything, career aspiration, anything like that. I think just being the best person of yourself. Yeah,
True.
I hope that
Yeah.
answers the
Amazing
question.
advice. Amazing advice. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And for everyone who's listening or watching, do go and buy and listen to Higher Power. You are not gonna be disappointed, and you're gonna love it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And one of the best albums you'll ever buy. And head on to midnightalibi.com. You'll get it over there. And we've also put out a lot of cool merch as well. We've shared the video of, you guys did a video. We've shared it on our Facebook page as well.
Yeah.
Quite
Yeah.
fun video. So, and of course, you can reach James on his socials here on Instagram. He is Preach the Oz OZ, and on Facebook, James.Oswald.790. And obviously, you can go to midnightalibi.com. And
Yeah.
also, here are the band socials on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. You can go @ Midnight Alibi. Please follow them. And obviously, for more info, you can visit midnightalibi.com. So
Yes,
there you
exactly.
go.
Yes.
And thank you for joining us, James, this time for a part two. It's late there for folks who don't know. It's almost 3 a.m. in the morning in Australia, where James is. So we truly thank you for putting up with us and joining us at this hour of the day, night. But is it dawn? I don't know. It's
No,
early
not
morning,
quite. Maybe
late
in
night.
about 3 hours, I think the sun will be coming up. Yeah,
Oh,
Really,
yeah,
yeah.
something like that. But yeah,
yeah.
no, like I said, I'm happy to talk about myself or music anytime, any
Thank
day.
you.
It doesn't matter when you want to do it. I'm happy to talk about it. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
but I love
Awesome.
being here.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
guys. Thank you guys for having me again. I really appreciate it. And
Yeah, you're so welcome.
Absolutely.
and I was blown away by getting you guys got my bandmates on the show. I think that was so cool. We've got to do something with all the guys. I'd love to have all the guys come on and have a
Yeah.
Yes,
chat with you.
definitely. Part
And
three is happening. Yes.
yeah, and anytime you guys want me, I'm always happy to come on. You guys are fantastic. And to
Absolutely.
everybody that watched, thank you so much, and hope you guys
Sure.
have a great week and great day ahead. And yeah,
Sure.
keep on kicking ass.
Likewise.
Midnight Alibi, folks. And that's James Oswald. And thank you for tuning in. And we hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy your time and love, joy, and peace to everyone. This Kanak, that's Funky Al Medina. And
Ciao for
see
now.
you. Ciao for now. Have a great time. See ya.